Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur. What's new? What's new, guys? These guys just always receive a belched ass session, man. North London derby. This is not a derby now. This is, oh my
Spurs
god.
thrasher. He scored 5 goals against one team.
He's also just 2 goals behind the record Arsenal scorer in North London derbies, who's Robert Perez with 7. This guy's only played 2 of them. He's got 5 goals in the league, all against Tottenham.
Then again, foremost goes out of the window in a derby.
That's hard to do.
Well,
Chelsea versus Burnley.
And yet another red card.
Record FC at it again.
How's your boy Fofana doing? The useless defender we have.
Don't worry, he's doing just fine.
Do you guys have any useful?
In fact,
Very much so. Who? Anyone other than Fofana.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Four at the Back podcast. I'm your host, Ted Kodau, and I'm here with your co-hosts. Well, my co-hosts, but you know, they're all co-hosts. Alex, Kimathi, and someone who's about to bottle the league.
well, please don't.
Oh, he's in shock. He's in shock. That's what he is. He's in shock like that. Well, them bottling the league would be shocking, it'd be.
That would be shocking. But speaking of players covering their mouths,
Exactly. We might as well start there. It's very important for us to speak about this, actually. For context, we're talking about the situation that happened in the Champions League between Real Madrid and Benfica. I'm sure by the time you're watching this video, you probably have seen or read something to do with that game and the incident that occurred in it. Well, obviously, we have to state it that Willie Jr. was subject to racial abuse during the game. And obviously, we know here at the back, we do not condone racism in any fashion at all. We condemn it completely, but we also have to speak about it to obviously educate people about it the best way we know, the best way we can. And this is why we're going to speak about this matter. Okay, Vinny scores a fantastic goal. Fantastic. You know, great goal.
It's actually a contender for goal of the season. Quite beautiful.
Okay, could be. Yeah, could be. But yes, he scores a fantastic goal. Goes to the corner flag like any national footballer would do.
any goal scorer.
from which zone?
Like, no, corner flag. I mentioned corner flag. Corner flag. I to celebrate. And, you know,
That's
I
it.
feel like dancing, regardless, is still a part of celebrating.
I agree.
And he dances the corner flag. And this seems to be the catalyst for racism.
Actually, in fact, he actually even got a yellow card for that.
He did get
yeah, before the incident that happened next. Yeah.
No, that's not where you got a yellow card. Those are clippers to the reason why you got a yellow card. Once the celebration was done, the ref went to the Real Madrid players and told them to continue way back to like restart the game. And then he told them again, and then Vinny kept on. That's when he was walking, lifting his jersey, and then doing this, and then that's when the ref ran out to him and then gave him a yellow.
So part of the celebration.
Oh, so yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that, to be honest. I mean, we're going to say the referee maybe is on the idea that Vinny is provoking the fans. I can't speak for everyone or whoever is watching this, but if you have been to a stadium in these European teams, and you know how if there's an away team there, it's very hostile in terms of how the fans speak to his away players. It's not nice things, not at all. But as a footballer, you're expected to just take it and move on, do your job, you know, go play football. And okay, play football, score a goal, and I'll give the banter back. You know, I'll dance. I'll show you my name. I'll say, yeah, you're the one. You're teasing me. You're calling me bad names. I'll show you my name. Yeah, and that's fair. But then you cross our line when you go into racism. Now, you know, we had
Argentina.
yeah, and the Argentine.
Yeah.
It evades me. Yeah, but he then had that moment and where he goes on to cover his mouth with his shirt and say something to Vinny. And you can tell with Vinny's reaction, which was very much instant.
It was instant, yeah. And then they went Kylian Mbappe did a double take. Yes, he was about to walk off, and then he heard, and he was like, "Wait, did I what?" And then that's when Vinny started running off. There's been many clips about like talking about this and like how do we even verify, or is it or was he provoked? Number one, provoking or not, there is no justification for that kind of outlash or that kind of talk to somebody else. Then second of all, even if it's something that's in the heat of the moment, don't get me wrong, we've all played football before. Maybe some of the fans or the viewers have as well. You know that this sport is a very emotionally intense sport, especially on a big stage like that. But all of those things, we understand those things. It does not allow or credit or allow somebody to then say those kind of things, even in the heat of the moment. Still not good. And the thing that bothers me the most about the situation is that if they're going to claim that there's nothing that they said, then why did you initially cover your mouth before you were going to say it? Because then that shows that that something was premeditated. You already knew the repercussions of what you're going to say, so you chose to mask it and then say it. Clearly, you know the gravity of the words that you're going to use next.
Yes.
If it was just a heat of the moment mistake, then it was just blurted out by mistake. But this seems premeditated, at least in my view.
It's the moment he does and put that when he does put the shirt on top, it's you look guilty.
Then why are you doing that?
Why would you do that? Why not, that's a very cowardly act.
Exactly.
Be a man. Say what you want to say. Because it came out after that apparently he said a homophobic slur and he didn't. What he allegedly said was the word mono, which means monkey. Yeah, in Spanish, yeah, and then the language. And first of all, it came out then maybe he was saying hermano, and then no, then now he's saying no, it was a homophobic slur and not a racial one, which in itself again still. This guy is rather saying that, oh, I'd rather be known as a homophobic rather than a racist. It's like he's looking for, oh, that's much worse for me than this was. And like, what is going on through this guy's head? But the homophobic slur that he said, which we will not mention here, he said that without putting the shirt on his mouth. So he wasn't even scared of.
He wasn't scared about that.
He's not scared about that one. Because he probably knows of it. He's not going to run or he's not going to say anything if I say that to that one. But then he wanted to keep going. Yeah, that's why now he said, oh, now I'm going to say something that's going to really, get to him. You look at the situation after that, what that leads up to. Referee, now he's been told that there's been an incident, a racial incident, and they have to stop the game. Then, okay, how do we get to the bottom of it? How do we really know he said what he said? I mean, understandably so. I feel like there's no need for Vinny to create that out of the air. But then again, if the Argentine says, I didn't say it, because he covered his mouth, you can't prove him wrong.
It's his word versus
his words. Yeah. I mean, understandably so, you're looking at it, he looks very guilty, but unfortunately, you can't do anything about that.
And
I mean, it's very unfortunate, to be honest. But I think probably I don't see how you battle it if people keep covering their mouths and saying that. I know you can battle it. We saw videos of fans doing the gestures and hunky gestures. I don't know, to go for that. The game.
Of all ages, in fact.
Yes. And it's very disgusting, actually, to see and very sad, because we all...
But quite shallow, to be honest, in my opinion. I feel like you can be a little bit more creative with your insults at the end of the day. You only be honestly, like it's really old for me personally.
He does put effort.
Yeah, there's really no effort. It's really shallow and low in my opinion. And the problem is there's not really a clear policy to go about issuing a punishment of sorts.
Yeah.
Which again, they say they're making an investigation, but then how do you essentially prove that someone said?
I don't see the investigation going very far.
It can't go far. They can't go far. It's not written down whether you are finding a club or essentially suspending a player or things of that nature.
Usually this has happened before, but when it's a player, they get maybe an 8-game suspension and a might and a fire or something like that. And then I feel like things go on as they just resume it as schedule, same schedule. So
yeah, which to me doesn't. I mean, it's not something that a player wouldn't. I guess do it again if they got the opportunity, which makes it sad. Yeah.
There's a lot of racism in the football world. To be fair, not to be fair.
Unfortunately,
there is a lot of racism in the football world. It is masked a lot. it's masked these days. People, because of quote unquote consequences of maybe or being cancelled, people fear of being cancelled is what keeps people at bay. But racism is still well and truly alive in the football world, well and truly alive. And you want to see it kicked out. You don't want to see racism in football. You don't want to see racism anywhere, period. What can we do? You had so many campaigns over the last how many years? By the time of this filming this episode, we had Fofana come out and show that he was receiving racial abuse from Chelsea fans because of the red card. You had Hannibal Medjby, same game. Because Chelsea fans are notoriously known for this kind of habits, especially when they go to European games. I mean, obviously not all Chelsea fans, but there's a certain group, maybe some are considered ultras, really just a bad bunch of, people in that. When you look at as a whole, Chelsea probably have a really great fan base, but this really does tape their name all the time.
Yeah, it does tip things away, like not to take us too far back into history, but also another one that always stands out to me is the backlash that the Black British players also get. That's also usually a very big one that happened at the Euros a while back, also the World Cup as well. These things, it's not, I feel like there's an incident that happens just like this, we'll all talk about it. We'll talk about it, headline breaking news for like a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, and then it dies down and we forget about it, quote unquote. And then, nothing changes. And then something else happens and, pick up from where we left off before and discuss again. And then we go back to the basics again. So, yeah.
I know. It's maybe just a sad story that we keep telling.
Yeah, it comes from up top, even for, I'd say, a manager I really respect, even in terms of Jose Mourinho. I would have hoped would have had a different statement to the whole incident as well, to even just attack Vinny's character. Mind you, knowing that his words do hold weight, and not the pretty much acknowledging the situation for what it was. That was a bit sad to see. And obviously, if the player says he didn't say it, the manager backs him, then obviously the club follows suit and backs him anyway. And then pretty much that puts it into pretty much a standstill with respect to moving forward and trying to resolve the issue. So it's quite sad to see. I was mostly happy with Vincent Kompany's statement. I think he's the one who pretty much came out and condemned what Mourinho said, referring to Eusebio as one of Benfica's best players. So apparently that makes Benfica unable to be racist due to Eusebio weighing.
Yeah.
I mean, his personal stories, at least from what he's mentioned in the past, was that he even had to be better than everybody else.
Yes,
the
not just the second.
Yeah.
In the footballing world, and very unfortunate, but you are a bad player. In most cases, you have to be a lot better than your the counterparts, your colleagues, or people playing the same position. You have to be a lot better. You can't be a par or just slightly better. You have to be a lot better, unfortunately. But people like you said, as you said, high echelon of a player and achieve great things, and this is why Benfica loved him. But he did not go through it easily. He went through a lot of abuse and back then, black players didn't even have a voice back then. I mean, right now you've got somewhat of a voice. For big players like Vinny, who play in Real Madrid, when they make a big case, it's heard by a lot of people. And that's what you need. It's what you need for the players like these things. When they happen, you need players to take a stand. And even some players try to walk off the pitch, and so you get maybe teammates trying to tell them to just play, but you don't know how it feels to roll to it.
Speaking of having a voice, that's something that's definitely improved over time. It's not where it should be, I guess, or where it needs to be, but there's definitely improvement to that. And in this particular situation with Vinny, there's a lot of chatter on social media talking about why is it always him? There are other black players or players of color in Real Madrid. Why is it always him? And I think the difference is that because he's the one who speaks up. Now, that doesn't discredit anything that he's going through, or doesn't take away from anything that the other players are going through. Just because he's the one who speaks up doesn't mean that for some reason there's something that he is doing to warrant the actions that are coming his way. And that's completely terrible.
I have a different take on that. No, it's not that. It's But I personally think it's just his temperament. And you know, in especially when it comes to this issue of racism, everybody who is like of another color, like those ones, they all know that if they call a black player monkey, they're gonna flip out. It's like those things that, like, when they say about like close relationships, let's say your best friends are the ones who know how to hurt you the most because they know what will actually eat at you. So me, I honestly think, like, for me it's his temperament, because you will get him riled up like that, just like that. And it also has the comparison to the time where John Terry abused Rio Ferdinand's brother, Chelsea versus QPR. It was a long time ago. And even John Terry, yeah, they went to court and whatnot, yeah. But even John Terry said, yeah, he knows that if I said those things, it was going to hurt the player. And Vinny, when he gets pissed off at the pitch, it can alter the game. So it's a very dirty tactic to use. And I know there are managers who actually will tell you, like, under the table, this, and this, and this. So I mean, it's a very interesting situation. Nothing to defend, but that's what I think. That's why it's always him.
No, it's yeah.
Yeah, because even, like, if you remember, there was this clip for Dani Alves taking a corner kick and they threw a banana at him. Dani Alves took the banana and ate it.
Yeah.
And then he took the corner.
On that point, before we close off for this topic and move on to the next segment, a lot of people, yes, they have different reactions to different things. Good mentioning in that scenario where Dani Alves took the banana and ate it.
Free potassium.
But I don't like the idea that a lot of people like to see when the black person is just a nice guy, the nice guy who can take whatever is being dished.
Take criticism.
Take criticism. That's why Kante is such a lovable guy. He doesn't do much. He just only owns a Mini Cooper. He doesn't drive a Lamborghini. He must be so humble guy. That's why we love him so much. He's the best person ever. But you got Rashford, Sterling buying Lamborghinis and buying their mother's houses, expensive houses, and all that. Then it's like, these people are flashing their riches, and I don't like that idea of just take it and keep moving, and the idea of maybe it's just like he says, a temperament. No, I wish every player could hear that and say, no, you need to go. We're not playing this football game until they go, until they stop, because understandably so, it cuts deep. It cuts deep because you may not have gone subject to that while playing football, but I'm telling you, it cuts really deep. And for me, I think it really harms a lot of players a lot more than they showed.
Of course.
It hurts them. Even Dani Alves even taking that banana probably really hurts him a lot, but just took the banana. But you don't know if you went home and hide after. You don't know that. But it hurts a lot more. So I would rather prefer everyone is much more vocal about it, But that being said, we're going to move on to the next segment, which now we're going to be talking about the Premier League games. For that, we're going to have a short break and we'll be right back.
That's...
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that short break. And our sponsors there as well. Please do the necessary. Now, back to what we do on a usual basis. Let's speak about the Premier League. Obviously the biggest club in the land has not played as of yet by the time we're filming this. But we have to speak about other teams. Obviously, we have to be fair. But to be fair, there have been some big games.
I think so.
it has to be
Terry, that has to be Everton. That's the
just gone, but it has to be Everton.
Just but they have the newest stadium in the Premier League. They are like the biggest club in the world. But anyway, you digress.
As I said, the biggest club in the land. That England. Anyway,
and with that, we'll keep on.
Anyway, Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur. What's new? What's new, guys? These guys just always receive a belt ass session, man. North London derby. This is not a derby now. This is, oh my
Spurs
god.
thrashing.
This is just, these people, they host games. They go to Emirates just to get spanked every time. What is happening, man?
No, Emirates, it doesn't matter where we go.
That's what you said.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where we go. It works out. It works out.
What is this trope? What's this trope? Someone is signed only to score against a particular club, and that club was the club that was supposed to sign him. You know, the script writers this year,
Justice indeed.
the script writers they were working overtime.
Absolutely.
Working overtime on this because this guy has scored 5 goals in the Premier League this year.
He scored 5 goals in 2 games. That also true. He scored 5 goals against one team. Also true.
He's also just 2 goals behind the record Arsenal scorer in North London derbies, who's Robert Perez with 7. This guy's only played 2 of them. He's got 5 goals in the league, all against Tottenham.
They do not like to see Eze come.
But that's a funny thing about football. There's some footballers who when they play a particular team,
Yeah,
you don't know, they have that confidence. You remember how Suarez and David
Suarez, yes.
No, because man, if Suarez is playing Norwich, that's when we're using triple cap.
Also Aguero and Newcastle.
Oh yes.
Oh my days.
Torres versus Chelsea.
Man had a field day before he knew.
Oh my days. Like, and even this time around, you do have those kind of players who just score against particular teams, and they just like, you're my guys, man. I've forgotten who Salah's is. Salah obviously scores a lot.
Quite a few teams.
United.
I mean, yes, United is up there, but it's not the most. He does love scoring against United, to be fair. But there's that. Also, to be fair, something else. Bruno Fernandes is Everton, and United is facing Everton today. So I mean, let's could cash your bets in for Bruno to score tomorrow. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Who knows? I'm not a prophet. Yes,
There can only be one prophet.
yeah, there's only one prophet here. But anyway, yes, London derby, spanking for Tottenham, shocker. Yeah, no one saw that coming.
No. We all saw that coming.
I, for one, can say that I saw that coming.
Yeah, I agree.
Jesus, really there.
Yeah.
I mean, some people may claim that Spurs could have gotten a second goal. So it's not even English, but I would have said I for 2 because pretty much would have scored 4 anyway. I for 2 saw that coming. Yeah, so well, for those, it happens sometimes. You have to show the referee that any contact at the back is a push.
Are you actually justifying that?
No, of course. Well,
You
I'm
standing down there.
I'm just explaining and seeing the understanding
You know
of
what?
the referee, right?
You know what? Chelsea players, I'm gonna play Chelsea next weekend.
Yes, they do.
Watch Gabriel do that to Chelsea strikers. I wanna see something. Actually, we need to check what time that game is. Is it 8:30? On a Saturday.
Yeah,
Sunday?
Or Monday. Or Sunday.
Sunday. I think it's
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, March 1st, right?
Much better Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, that's
I mean, yeah, maybe we should. If people wake up, maybe we should do a watch along.
You can do that, It's going to be round 2 of Marco Correa versus Bukayo Saka.
Hey, there we go again. But yes, it's gonna be an interesting game. We expected Tottenham to get battered. To be honest, half of the world was waiting for Arsenal to drop points again and see if the pressure gets to them. It did not. They did what they were supposed to do and beat Tottenham. Tottenham at the moment is a very poor side, and are in relegation bracket. As
They
definitely
29 points, right? Was it 27?
somewhere.
Yeah, that's 30 points. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, somewhere about that. But then again, foremost goes out of the window in a derby.
that's hard to do.
Well, that's true. United, but to be fair, the first half we dominated much of the game, but going into the half it was 1-1. Mind you, it seems that each and every single team we play, either their strikers or midfielders decide to become clinical. There was Colin on his first Premier League goal. And what was actually quite interesting. I'm not sure whether it was just the Canadian viewers who saw it, but how the video turned to Declan Rice after Eze's fantastic goal. After Eze's fantastic goal, Declan Rice, obviously the leader that he is, hyping the team up, telling people to
Then goes and
not only even before we could send our texts to the group chats or even about post out. Lo and behold, the same man who's telling people to lock in, make sure last week. And Colmani scores and you're looking at it like, oh wow, this is okay. This is that kind of game. But it was quite a good reaction, yes, from Tottenham, but also another good reaction from Arsenal. I feel like we, from the first 10 minutes, I personally think, I'm not a conspiracy theorist myself, but I think they're under the cosh, they were pretty much on the back foot, and somehow the communication, the comms, or the referees were suddenly not working in the stadium. Funny enough, which there was like probably a 5 or 6 minute delay, which and ended up having a lot of added time in the first half, which we could have had a second, but it's okay. We knew that. I think throughout that game we were always gonna create chances, and I mean when Ez is on the pitch and it's you see that the cockerel or whatever the emblem for Spurs is, he's gonna cook. He's been
Fair, like I will agree that going into this game initially, I was hoping and praying that Spurs would do something, but based on how they play, I thought I feel that Arsenal, but
how about you, Chelsea? Go show us how it's done.
which is
Actually, no, you can't show us how it's done. We know how it's done, but go ahead. You have examples on the table.
don't worry, that's for next week. But as for the first half, generally speaking, you guys were battered and then you had a myriad of chances. The only thing that gave us hope, those of us who were praying for Arsenal downfall, was number one, the gift. And then number two, we're like, if Arsenal can keep it going like this, and then remember what they did at Wolves, 93rd minute, they can do it again. And maybe, just maybe, Tottenham can get something. But I think that disallowed goal for virtually nothing really knocked them out. And from there, there were A, no more mistakes to be made by Arsenal, and B, it's not like Tottenham were doing much as well. So,
but very interesting now. Arsenal obviously title contenders, but then you're looking at again Tottenham relegation contenders, which is then they do have a new manager. Well, unfortunately, didn't see any new manager bounce the airbuds in a.
oh yeah.
With that being said, Tottenham do have a monumental challenge ahead of them, and they're faced with the reality that they are in a relegation battle because they go away to Fulham next, and if you don't win that, and well, you're in deep trouble already. Yeah, and that's not a good sign.
Oh yeah,
and they're considered a top 6 side. To be fair, out of all the top 6, they are the lesser of the 6, but still.
I don't know, they're bottom 60.
Yes, they just won the Europa League. I'm not in. They spend a lot of money in the summer, and then this happens. But oh man,
yeah, you have to. You definitely have to. With a lot of people beginning that dialogue of when does a big or top 6 side stop becoming a top 6 side?
Relegation will definitely make sure that.
Definitely do that.
But we'll have a conversation who takes that place. Which team can be considered?
Aston Villa?
No, it's not. I don't think they're consistent enough. Okay, to be fair, out of the last 3 years, Emery has done a good job. But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, it's quite embarrassing. Honestly, it's something you kind of have to cover your mouth and wonder like, what?
Anyway, with that, we're going to move on to the next game, which is Chelsea versus Burnley. Well. Seems like United is drawing tomorrow.
Yeah,
because Chelsea couldn't win their game. Shame on you guys.
And yet another red card.
Red card FC at it again.
How's your boy Fofana doing? The useless defender we have.
Don't worry, he's doing just fine.
Do you guys have any useful?
In fact,
Very much so. Anyone other than Fofana, I find useful. But Tosi, everyone else.
Disasi.
Everyone. Everyone.
You're
I promise.
I said again, bro.
I promise. Anyone else is better than Fofana. He's slow on the ball. His judgment is wrong. He can't pass well. He's just a nuisance to the team.
Wow.
How much to buy him for? 80 million?
I don't even care.
There's a record signing for defenders in England, if I'm not wrong.
Who?
Fofana. I think he's in that range of Maguire. Maguire is that 80.
Maguire, the Van Dijk and top 3.
Can you imagine he's in that WhatsApp group?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
True, I agree he's not at that level. But he's better than Disasi and Badiashile.
You must have Van Dijk. Yeah.
No. He's not that bad, I would say.
He ain't that good to be.
Yeah, he ain't that.
I mean, you know, Leicester City is known to fleece people when they're selling players, just like Brighton.
Well, Brighton feels a specific club.
Because you guys go there every summer and you get fleeced every summer, and these guys are just like, their sporting director literally said that's our best customer.
Really, yeah.
Like you guys, Chelsea come knocking and they're like, "Oh my friend, good to see you again. Who do you want today?
You know the worst part?
For you, my friend, best price, good discount, 120 million. You will not get better discount anywhere else." That's exactly what they told
And
me.
they still end up beating the menu.
And then Brighton come and slap.
The worst part is Chelsea take everything from Brighton.
And they come and
Except
say
3 points. Except 3 points. That's the one.
You guys even took the manager.
I don't take me back to dark days.
Wow.
Those were dark days.
Funny enough.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I don't think they'll go shopping there this summer because I don't think they've had any standout performers this year. I don't think so. That being said, Chelsea, man, you guys, you're looking at it in the sense of these red cards are becoming what is it? Is it
True,
is
fun
it a
fact.
disciplinary issue? Is it that you guys have just too much passion? What is it?
You know,
Maybe two things can be true as
for
well.
the love of the game, I think it's a passion thing and passion.
It is. Let's
These
call it
people are
what it
playing
is.
for the club.
It
They're
is
playing
in
for the badge
discipline.
that they love.
No. It is in discipline. It is a lack of keeping your composure. These are all in the minds of the football players. You cannot be getting red cards like that. Fofana knew it was a yellow card, and then he lunges in like that. I mean, there are sometimes it's the player's fault. Let's call a spade a spade. If it looks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, then duck it. It's a duck.
Duck it is crazy.
And
But yeah, to be fair, those were Fofana's was definitely an unforced error. Didn't need to do that at all. I don't even think it was a particularly dangerous situation. That was completely unnecessary. That being said, fun fact: Chelsea are challenging for the title of most red cards in a season. I think the holders right now are QPR and I forgot the other team, but they're both on 9. Chelsea are currently on 6. Not counting the manager. If we count managers, I don't know whether the QPR stat counted managers.
back in 2010, I don't think they were giving red card to managers.
Yeah, so in that case, then counting managers, then Chelsea are on 7, just 2 away from tying with the, title holders.
Probably the title will win this season. Is that?
Now, speaking of Chelsea titles, I saw that they're gonna increase the number of teams that attend the Club World Cup. Oh, because this past one was deemed unsuccessful. Yes, in terms of competitive edge, we saw you're going to be seeing clubs like with big stature, and this is not me bantering, like Man United, the Man United and the Arsenal's now being invited to the tour to play in it as well, which is another debate for another time. But yes, that is something.
It will stop me from getting into it.
Yes.
But whatever. It was really good to see. I particularly like Ward-Prowse. There's his technique and that's not what a lot of players have these days, I would say. And that was a really great set piece. And Austin's one. It's one you just have to direct. I mean,
just on one Prowse, he is tied with David Beckham on the most free kicks scored in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He's been on that tie for 3 years.
For quite a while.
He hasn't scored a free kick for 2 or 3 years. Cue him facing Man United. Well, have you played Man United twice already? Please ask. Because I know it's gonna be asked because how poetic to do it against.
I know. Yeah.
But yes, splendid free kick taker, set piece specialist, and you saw that against Chelsea. Fleming with a fantastic header as well. Chelsea do consider a lot of set pieces. I think that could be their downfall against Arsenal as well. Really, that remains to be seen whether Cole Palmer will be at his best as well.
Speaking of, I have something to say about that fellow, Cole Palmer.
Keep it short and sweet.
Yes, I don't think that he's becoming more hype than he actually is a really good player. For the last couple of games that he has played, Cole Palmer, there are lots of things that he's lacking in his game. His decision making is not as good. What saves him is that he scores. But other than that, those ones. But other than that, his game as a number 10, I don't think is really good. His decision making is poor. I think he's a bit overrated, but that's the best we've got. So I don't know. Maybe he'll improve before the World Cup.
I think you're just jumping the gun.
No. If you look at these last games, like, did you watch the game?
I did.
Did you watch?
I did.
There are so many. So you are just talking about like 45 minutes. We have watched the game, and he's not as big as the press likes to make him be. He still needs to work on a lot of things.
Do you think that he is not the best player on our team at the moment? On our current squad?
Yeah, no. João Pedro right now is the one who's on form for us.
Again, so this goes back to... This explains where you're coming from with all of these statements. Yeah, I think you have a lot of recency bias. And
What bias?
Recency bias. Your statements are being said from a very close-minded point of view.
No, I said for the last couple of games.
Past 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever it is, you're now making a judgment based on a very big stature. He's been in the club for 2-3 years, and you're making a judgment based on the past 1 month. Your views, while they may be correct in this particular small nutshell, I don't think they will water on the grand scheme of things just yet. I'll wait for more information. If this continues as it is, then fair. I'll hear you out.
I feel like with Cole, too soon. Yeah, with Cole Palmer, he's still very high player, guys. Yeah. Or I think he still has a lot to learn, and he did speak on him never being injured before, and there's things that he's going through for the first time. And you'd have to learn how to navigate your body and how you bite, because there's some things that he's just learning now. Like, he can't do some things that he's used to just doing, like second nature, because now the body is not responding the way it usually does, and you have to learn how to work with that. So
boy, do I know that it's
yeah. So like you've got to find ways to adapt, and that is what I think Palmer is still trying to do, and it plays fixed in your mind. You're seeing those things, like even his miss against Leeds, 99 times out of 100 he scores that. But right now where he is at, even with his headspace. And I don't think one of his best friends right now posting on Instagram saying that Palmer wants to go to United, Palmer loves United, Palmer still supports United. Those are things that do not help, But again, young player, great potential. Still, I think we still haven't seen the best of Cole Palmer, which is scary to think about. Yeah, but next up, we're going to move on to the next clubs. Right now, we're going to speak about Liverpool making a resurgency up the table, tied on points with United and Chelsea now. I mean, our fluky jammy goal.
It's a resurgence. I just feel like they're just going back to the antics for October, November. Scoring a goal of the day, we end up again.
I feel like with the Liverpool, albeit they have been poor, they also haven't lost too many games in the last month, two months or so. So like, you can also look at it with, I don't know, for example, Bournemouth. Bournemouth has the second longest unbeaten streak in the league right now, behind Man United. And you're looking like, what? But you're thinking Bournemouth doesn't even spring to mind, but then now when you really deep it, they've progressed, and they're doing better than they were before. Let's be honest. And this battle for Champions League places looking feisty every day. And United have got a big game for them now tomorrow, because they've got to go and win. They've got to go and look for the win against Everton, get those 3 points.
Which should be quite unprecedented, due to the fact that you've pretty much been following each other for these last few months.
Right now, we're saying it here. Like, when Chelsea don't win, United don't win. When are we gonna break this cycle? I feel like today would be nice,
That's the time.
Yeah, this weekend would be nice in Man United. But Liverpool are doing better, and I feel like in terms of those Champions League places, I'm still thinking Aston Villa is the one to drop off. I think they will be the ones that will not make it in, and still remains to be seen. I know it's not something that a lot of people agree with, but I think Aston Villa drop out of it. I think so.
I think it'll depend on certain things, because, like, for example, if Chelsea continue their current antics at the moment with drawing, and then now we're facing the league leaders next week. If Chelsea were to lose that, but then Liverpool and Man U go ahead on to win, then now Chelsea are out of the top 4, out of the top 5, out of the at 6th position from that wrong, right? Well, and they'll be 3 points behind both those teams. Actually, they'll be potentially 6 points behind Man U and 3 points behind Liverpool, and God knows how many points behind Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So I know you say that Aston Villa is the one to drop out of the thing, but based on the next round of games, Aston Villa still have a good, it's a 4-point cushion there between Chelsea and them right now. Assuming you guys win your game, then actually no, it's more than 4 points.
6 points.
It's 6 points. So if you guys win your game,
He
becomes 3 points. So yes, you guys are closing it down. They have been fumbling a bit here and there, but I'm thinking most likely or not, it's Chelsea or Liverpool, because they're the ones where if they drop even one game, they're out of it. They have a bit of a cushion.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the season goes. What a weekend. Still United to play against Everton. We'll speak about that next episode. See, hopefully it goes well for United, in my opinion.
Either way, we'll be here.
Either way, we will be here to speak about that. Maybe in a different venue. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe.
Foreshadow.
Maybe we're getting a new stadium.
I will give the time to our title challenges, Manchester City as well. They're still doing what they do best,
Getting goals from all over the pitch.
getting goals from all over the pitch. Nico Riley contributing, Haaland even getting assists now.
Something I'll say about Manchester City this year is they're doing a rumor signing. I mean, that guy has come clutch so many times for them. I think Guardiola is just reverting to having a goalkeeper who just saves and not plays football. It's one thing that I find so funny, because a lot of now teams are starting to do that because
Because you can play that.
they're like, this ball playing goalkeeper stuff. Nah, it ain't working. We need someone who genuinely knows how. See what United did and said, oh, Onana is a ball playing goalkeeper. Go get that guy.
Ted has been scout ever since.
Bro, Taylor is big heart. It's been a while since you got his name.
I know, right?
Ted has gone through a lot. It's good to see you smiling again.
Yes, that's very good. That goalkeeper that we have right now is
I'm joking, but it's true. I mean, you're laughing, but it's true.
it's a sensible. We have a sensible goalkeeper. Someone who prioritizes goalkeeping first, ball playing second. But yes, Manchester City doing what they were supposed to do. They,
This shapes the league up very good.
Guardiola has mentioned that he still feels that they'll drop points in the coming games. It'll very much depend on whether Arsenal drop points, not because that's the only thing. Because I kind of side with him that I think City will drop points in the coming games. They will. There's some music will not, man. They just don't have it in them this year.
Yo, speaking of, this is just a small thing. I heard someone say Donnarumma is 26.
Yeah.
Donnarumma is 26.
Yeah.
I will see that birth certificate.
No. He's been playing since he was
15. In AC Milan, when he first broke into the scene, he was
that makes sense. Because I saw his hair, I was like, hey, 26 and you're...
No, yeah.
Man, he's tired already.
That doesn't have anything to do with his age.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. I did.
But
Wayne Rooney was anyway moving.
Yes. But yes, fantastic signing for Manchester City.
But yeah, on the plus side, one thing I'm looking forward to, I'm wishing would happen this weekend, this next weekend that's coming up, is that during the Chelsea-Arsenal game, we do what we do best and we draw. Arsenal. And Man City do what they do best, which is to win over it. I think they're playing Leeds.
Yeah.
That they win Leeds. Because that will mean that Man City and Arsenal will be tied on points, with Man City having a game in hand.
No. There will be 3 points behind us.
There'll be 3 there. Yeah, there'll be 3 points.
No,
even hand with it.
3 points with a game in hand. So tied potentially if
Potentially tied, I would give him in hand. But yes,
It's funny because they say, if Man City win all their next years, they'll win the league. Wrong set. Arsenal win all the next years.
It's also true.
They'll win the league, but
because
they are playing each other.
The key point at the end of the day is not about all the games. The key point is that you guys are playing each other. Whoever wins that game,
this point is most likely.
what it is now is like between the two teams, whoever wins all their games is a league winner. That's it. And well, interesting to see how it goes. I think next week is gonna be quite the defining weekend for Arsenal.
Yeah, and actually it'll be quite nice because just remind you guys, when does Champions League game start? For the next round. March, is it early March?
Because we've got this week, we've got second legs for the games that start.
It's March.
And then the first week of March, you've got the round of 16.
Okay, so it's in Arsenal's best interest to beat Chelsea so they can continue having that gap. So then, once their focus is slightly divided between the two competitions, they can still have a good chance to keep things going. Because you can imagine now if they drop points against Chelsea, now things will be a lot closer.
Yeah.
And then now they have their divided attention.
And
It doesn't help the situation,
I
right?
wait and see who
Yeah.
prioritizes what.
It's gonna be interesting.
I personally think Guardiola will prioritize the Premier League rather than the Champions League. I think he's tired of that. And Arsenal will prioritize. If they're told to prioritize one, they'll prioritize the Champions League because they've never won it before.
If you were Arteta or like as an Arsenal fan, which one would you prioritize?
But there, what
as
is
a
choice?
Like say you have to choose. Say you're guaranteed to
Go ahead.
choose one. Which one would you choose?
Give us an answer before we close off.
Yeah.
Please. Okay. Which one did I choose?
Choose.
Yeah.
If you asked to choose
Champions
one.
League or the
Or
English
the
Premier League?
I'd say the Premier League.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say
So you'd rather
Why is
prioritize the
that?
Premier
Why
League?
is that?
Oh, just because of how the Premier League has gone this season, I would say.
You would rather have
I'd rather
Champions League?
have the Premier League.
Okay, I understand. I can see his point.
Champions League?
Yeah, I can see his point.
Because these guys have been on top.
I believe we can win the
They're
Champions.
both to be on top of the table for
But I don't believe we'll have a better chance to win the Premier League. Yes,
Yeah.
so,
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's how.
And also they finished twice, 4 times.
These
These were 3 or 4 times. Yeah, 3 times.
Yeah.
And then they spent like 147 days on top of the table, and then like to lose it, and then I understand, I get it.
Oh my God.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, when did you?
Bro, 147 days and then you lose the title. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Premier League.
I feel like where Arsenal is right now, if they end up trophyless, people need to check on their counterparts because we'll turn people.
We should keep our
We'll
Watch Cairo.
Yeah.
Make sure
Cairo.
if you have Arsenal fans,
Keep your Arsenal counterparts safe. And with that, as always, we're here for you front to back, just the way you're here for us. Please hit that like button, subscribe, share. It really does a monumental thing for us. It gives us pride, and we love you guys. And please showing us love. We really appreciate it. Please keep supporting, and we want to grow together. And we hope to see you again next weekend. And with that, we've been chilling.
Valid.